Feeling 30 here, like and subscribe. So, you have said in the past that you like Andrew Tate. And so, evidently, Piers Morgan decided to interview Andrew Tate again. I'm gonna be honest with you. He lost very badly in the first debate. And so, I'm going to assume that he wanted to have him on again because the views that he got from that debate, from my understanding, were awesome. We're going to see if Piers has redeemed himself in this second debate.
I say that life as a man is exceptionally difficult. I say the most beautiful and the most terrifying thing about being a man is you're born without value. Society doesn't care about you. You're only going to be cared about based on how useful you are. But if you're going to stand around and wait for a handout, nobody's going to ever respect you. And I think it's your duty as a man to stand up and say, I want to be as important and strong and good-hearted and God-fearing as possible, and I need to work hard to achieve those things.
Why do you think he's popular? Okay, I'll go ahead and tell you. The thing that's popular about him, the man, is that in the way that he speaks with a certain conviction. Meaning that even if he doesn't fully believe what he's saying at times, the way that he's saying it and the force of what he's saying it makes other people believe in it. And the thing is that his cadence and the way his accent is also makes it just a little bit
and he talks super fast. But he doesn't skip a beat.
All these people who talk about toxic masculinity and how bad it is for men to be traditionally masculine. A traditionally masculine man does things he doesn't feel like doing because it is his duty to do them. We're now teaching the new generation of men that they don't have duty and they can just act on their feelings and act how they feel, and they don't have to act as a man should.
That is one of the appeals to him also, is that the way he can just spit things out. And like I said,
He's fast.
You know what I'm gonna bet that he does? I'm gonna bet that he does. So I watched Deion Sanders, and in watching Deion Sanders, Deion said when he was coming up, he used to practice his quotes that he was going to say on the field.
Oh.
And so
he's got all these just memorized, and he could just spit them out.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you.
Kind of like a rapper.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest with you, some of this stuff, I think he probably just pre-rehearsed over it and over and over and over again. That way it just flows when he comes out.
Men who do not control their emotions are dangerous. You find a man who just acts out on impulse and does whatever he feels like, you're gonna find a dangerous man. We need to be teaching stoicism. We need to be teaching young men to understand that the world is very, very difficult. It's hard to be a man. You're gonna feel bad sometimes. You just suck it up and perform anyway. Not to sit there and cry your eyes out or blame other people.
That I don't really believe.
As far as what?
As far as teaching men to suck it up and not to cry. I mean, I think that sometimes men need to let things out and have emotion.
I agree with that, but I also think that there's a time and a place for it. And I think his message is that there's a time and a place for everything. There's a time when you can show emotion and a time where you shouldn't show emotion. And just all chaos is breaking loose. I don't need you to be crying at that point in time. I need you to pull it together and do what you need to do. Now, once everything is over and we've gotten through that, like at that point in time, yes, you can show emotion, but I think what he's speaking to is that when you're in the thick of things, no matter whether it's just life or things like that, there's a time and a place to show emotion, but there's a time and a place to really just suck it up and to just keep trudging on. Because if you just wallow in your emotion, that's not doing you any good. You're not going to make anywhere.
It's tough being a woman too in modern society.
It's certainly tough being a woman, but I'm not a woman, so why would I speak on issues I do not understand? I'm a man.
You can feel an empathy for women.
I feel empathy, certainly, but I do not understand their issues.
I've got to say, a lot of women I've spoken to don't admire. They think you represent misogyny.
Do you think he's misogynistic?
I feel like he feels like he has a lot of knowledge on the man side. I feel like he definitely does not treat men and women. He doesn't see them as equal. But I don't know that he's degrading or mean to women. No, I don't think it's a bad thing.
Would that be the reason why a lot of women do not resonate with Andrew Tate? Because they have not seen a man that is like him who takes charge of their situation and says, if you're going to be around me, this is the order that I have established for you to be around me.
Yeah, either they haven't seen it or they right away they get their back up because that's not. So
is that an insecurity for him, or is that an insecurity for the females then?
Not about insecurity. I think it's just it's out of their comfort zone, something that they don't.
So if something's out of your comfort zone, there's an insecurity.
Maybe.
And so that I would say is more of a female issue than it is an Andrew Tate issue.
Haven't you ever thought that when you look at a yacht in Dubai, the girl just gets an Instagram invite, gets to jump right on board, she gets to run across the board and do whatever she wants, but the man has to get there a square at a time. The man had to buy that yacht. That's the difference between being a man and being a woman. That's why the queen gets to do how she does.
A chivalrous man just always lets ladies go first.